Bueno, vamos a probar el Tour de Francia 2018. Lo estuve probando un poquitín antes y vamos a ver si hacemos algo. Chat en directo. Por si entra ahora vienen a comentar. Estoy en un cigarro. Y vamos a hacer el líder pro, ¿vale? Así. Entonces solitario. Modo partida. Es la primera vez que jugamos a esto, ¿vale? A jugador profesional. Vale, vamos a elegir. Mira, el de la 11. El Telecom, el Banesto. MR. Telecom. Asturias. Huh. Español. Uf. Empezar con 18 años, vamos a ser un poco bajitos. Montaña. Ataque se puede cabeza de carga entre 10 kilómetros. Estoy subiendo por estas. Continuar. Nuevas pruebas. Encuentro. Vale, aquí está. Un segundo. Febrero. Tour de Córcega. Estamos muy bien, el pico de forma ahora. Vamos a iniciar la temporada. Ahí vamos. Equipo Asturias. Tour de Córcega.
Hi guys, welcome to the briefing for this first stage. The main thing to grasp today is that the route is flat and it harbors no particular difficulties. A sprint finish is more than likely. We don't have what it takes to be in the final sprint. If we want to make a showing, we'll have to be in the early breakaway.
Vamos a jugarla. A ver. Es el peor equipo que hay. Y yo soy el peor corredor. Porque vas a ir poco a poco. Estoy de puta madre, ¿eh?
Hello everyone and welcome to Corsica. The first stage, short and trouble-free, should end with a sprint.
Que me voy. ¿Dónde está nuestro corredor?
The only climb of the day will earn 1 point for the mountain standings.
You are 2 kilometers from the top.
Things are livening up at the head of the peloton.
Watch out! You're not going to be able to attack for much longer.
Era tope, ¿eh? Vale, esperen que corredores.
Here's the positions over the last climb.
1.5 minutes for the breakaway. It might just work.
The peloton is starting to ride behind you. It looks like he doesn't want yet another rider at the head of the race.
Por mucho que tire.
Both puncher and rouleur, he can rely on his pace if he reaches the finish in a small group.
There are riders in trouble behind. They should be able to catch up if the tempo drops.
Here's a pure rouleur. Make sure you don't leave him alone up front. It will be difficult to catch him, and it's better for him to finish on his own.
Guys, at the beginning of this tour, the sprinters will not allow breakaways. If there are more than 5 or 6 riders in front, the sprinters will get their teammates to ride.
Nos pillaron ya.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The breakaway is losing ground. Time difference between the peloton and the breakaway is steady. As we approach the intermediate sprint, a little reminder. The rules. The first 15 score points. The first will pocket 20 points.
Vamos a ver si podemos. Cosa. Me acabo.
Last time checked with a breakaway. 1 minute.
Claro, es que si no puedo disfrutar, tío.
Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint. The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be there for the stage win. The riders up front still have something left. They're upping the pace to try to hold out till the end.
Another 20 kilometers to go before knowing the name of the winner. The last kilometers are winding. You'll have to be well placed to avoid being caught out.
10 kilómetros, ¿eh? Azul, azul. No hay internet, ¿o qué pasa aquí? Vodafone, wifi. Voy a ponerlo con el móvil, tío. Voy a ponerlo con el móvil un momento, chavales, que se me va el internet y no quiero. Compartir internet. Vale. Esto fuera. Esto luego es la tablet, chavales, porque yo no tengo doble pantalla. Y para poder leeros, si hay alguien que me está viendo, si alguien osa verme. Ahora tenemos configuración, calidad, esta. Vale, está en directo, nos vamos.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
Soy Albania. Canal.
5 kilometers. It will be very complicated for the breakaway. If it manages to hold off the peloton, it will be a real exploit.
Just 5 more kilometers. We are heading for a mass sprint.
3 kilómetros.
He's accelerating.
No, tío.
The red pennant is in sight for the front of the race.
Last kilometer. You've got to sprint. Watch out. You're not going to be able to attack for much longer. We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. The least that can be said is you didn't prove me wrong. Hi guys, let's start the briefing.
De contrarreloj, nada, son 5 kilómetros. No vamos a mirar ni a Cúneco ni a nada. Me tengo que meter a cambiar los nombres.
We have the last rider at the start of this individual time trial. He'll do his utmost to produce the best time. Come on, let's give him a hand.
Come on, it's a short time trial. You must hit the right tempo as soon as possible. At the end of the straight, you'll have to turn right. There's a left coming up. With the right trajectory, you can get through without braking. Go! Go! Go on, that's good! You're setting a good time. Keep it up! Go! Go! Turn those legs! Just 2 more kilometers. Go! After the red pennant, there's a right turn, and then it's the finishing line. Go! Go! Hang on in there! Go on! Flat out to the finish! Go on! We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. The least that can be said is... It's the final stage, guys. It'll be a very demanding day for everyone. Several mountain passes and a summit finish await you. This is a key stage for the general classification. We don't have what it takes to play a prominent role. If we want to make a showing, we'll have to join...
No sé qué hacer aquí. No sé qué hacer. No sé qué hacer. Alessandro y Valentán.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This Corsican stage promises to be a great show. The climbs found at the beginning should provide us with a fine battle between the contenders for the polka dot jersey, and the final climb will force the favourites to show their worth.
But give me time to move up a bit. I'm not well placed.
The mountains don't scare him. He's already trying to escape.
His team is at full throttle. They have no one at the front. head of the virtual overall standings is ours. But don't get carried away. The stage is still long. Don't waste too much energy now. His teammates are hunting down the counterattack. It is not always a good idea to be too many in a breakaway, as the others will not necessarily want to cooperate with us.
For the moment, any breakaway has drawn a blank.
Okay, I'll follow any attack.
Es una pesada, porque vamos a estar todo el rato.
The first climb, the col de Bassinou, will earn 10 points for the first one to the top. There's an acceleration.
Watch out. You'll soon have no more energy to attack.
Attack at the head of the peloton.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed. They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax.
He's able to come up trumps on the flat, on short climbs or on mountain passes. But if he's one of two rises at the finish, it's best not to count on him.
Okay, I'll avoid any extreme effort.
He's a pure climber, able to follow the very best when he's in shape.
He doesn't seem to want to let you have more of a lead, and his teammates are pushing hard. It's going to be a game of cat and mouse.
Ya me pilló bien.
It's looking good. You've got more than a minute's lead on the peloton. Okay, I'll follow any attack. The others are fed up because you're not making enough effort. They'll no doubt try and drop you.
Pero somos tres. Ahora nos saltan. Así que nada. Después de jugar atrás.
Okay, I'll follow any attack.
Pero dura mucho, ¿eh?
You are 2 kilometers from the summit. Watch your opponents.
Uf.
Keep an eye on him. He's the best climber in the breakaway.
Allez les gars, courage!
Allez les gars, courage!
You've got 1 minute 30 over the peloton. It turned out to be a good move.
Allez les gars, courage! Allez les gars!
Courage, allez, courage!
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça! Allez les gars, on continue comme ça! Bravo les gars!
He goes to the top of the climber standing. Here's the positions over the last climb. Reduce speed a bit, otherwise you'll hit the wall.
Continuez comme ça! Allez les gars, on continue comme ça!
The Côte de Levy sees 5, 3, 2 and 1 points awarded for the mountain standings.
2 kilómetros.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
It doesn't seem to be a good day for him. He's being distanced. I reckon it's walled up behind. Nobody seems to want to launch the chase.
The riders are on to the Côte d'Arbellara, classified as second category. The first at the top scores 5 points.
Keep an eye on him. He's the best climber in the breakaway.
Allez, 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 les gars!
His teammates are managing the time gap to allow you no more of a lead. Probably with their eye on the overall standings.
Allez, les gars, courage!
Here's the positions over the last climb.
The gap isn't changing much.
The tempo is increasing at the head of the race. The breakaway riders will try and manage the time gap. You seem to be running on empty. Lift your foot if you don't want to blow up.
Look.
Change of leader in the overall youth standings. You must constantly try to shelter from the wind, so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race.
The next climb is classified as third category. There will be 2 points and 1 point to the mountain standings. Then the riders will tackle a much less rugged portion that should allow them to catch their breath.
They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax. There's not a lot going on. If this was a video game, I'd advance the clock to the last difficulty.
The yellow jersey group is 1 minute from the head of the race.
You didn't make any friends today. Your attitude will encourage your opponents to attack. You're not doing your share of the work, and so the others no longer want to ride. Anyway,
We're into the final kilometers. We can forget any ideas of cooperation.
One and a half minutes lead to the head of the race over the favourites.
First riders have reached the intermediate sprint.
The riders up front have a 1 minute lead on the favourites group.
It's a fairly constant climb, guys. The most difficult passage is located 5 kilometers from the finish. This is where victory can be decided. After that, it's not as difficult.
Ahí vamos, nos llevaremos la parte.
Bravo les gars! Continuez comme ça! Allez les gars, courage!
The finish is ranked as first category. The winner will pick up 10 points for the polka dot jersey classification.
A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer.
Bravo les gars, c'est bien! Bravo! Allez les gars, courage! Bravo les gars!
On continue.
Ouais!
Allez les gars, courage. Allez les gars, courage.
Okay, I'll follow any attack.
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez les gars!
Allez les gars.
Allez Nicolas!
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Allez courage, on continue les gars! On continue comme ça! Continuez comme ça! Allez les gars!
There's an attack. Stay alert.
Go on, it's good. Keep it up. Keep up the tempo.
Eso es.
Hey!
Suyo. Courage, on continue.
Allez les gars!
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Bravo les gars!
Continue comme ça.
On continue! Continue! Bravo les gars!
On continue comme ça, les gars.
Allez les gars!
Allez, courage les gars.
Courage les gars, courage! Continuez comme ça! Allez! Allez les gars! Lâchez rien, allez! Continuez comme ça! Continuez comme ça! Allez! 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 Courage! On continue!
You'll soon be on the hardest section. Go, go!
Allez là! Bravo les gars! Allez les gars, on continue comme ça!
Ya vamos.
Come on, 5 kilometers. You can do it.
Continuez comme ça! Allez les gars! les gars,
Continuez comme ça, allez.
on continue. Allez les gars.
Go, go, go. Allez, on y va.
Courage, on continue.
Allez les gars. Courage, on continue.
Continuez comme ça, les gars. Allez. Allez, les gars. Plus vite.
Bravo les gars.
Allez, les gars.
Vas-y Tony, allez Tony, allez les gars.
Okay, I'll follow any attack.
Allez les gars.
Okay, I'll put in a big acceleration.
Allez, allez, allez.
Allez les gars, on continue comme
Continue
ça.
comme ça. Plus vite, plus vite. Allez, les gars, courage. Allez, les gars, on continue là.
Continuez comme ça.
We're professional leaders. Come on. Keep at it.
Courage.
Change of leader in the overall youth standings.
Less than 2 kilometers from the man in front. The advance of the lead group should be enough to carry it to the end. The yellow jersey group is 1 minute from the head of the race. The gap is 1 minute between the favourites and the guy in the front.
Okay, I'll consume a speed.
Courage, les gars.
The breakaway is 1 kilometer from the finishing line.
Courage, on continue.
Reduce speed a bit, otherwise you'll hit the wall.
Continuez comme ça. Continuez comme ça. Continuez comme ça.
Lâchez rien. Vas-y, Sylvain.
Continuez comme ça. Allez les gars, courage.
Ouais, ça me vache.
Allez les gars, allez les gars. Comme ça. Allez, continuez comme ça. Allez les gars. Allez. Les voilà. Et ça, c'est bon.
Allez, les gars.
Allez, courage, les gars.
Ahora Miquel Nieve. A ver, a ver si también. etapa, ganamos la carrera, yo creo. Estos dos. Vamos.
This stage is his. He was the strongest. He is in sparkling form and you can clap him loudly. Here's the yellow jersey of this stage.
Ahí está.
Huge congratulations for this win, guys. Our chances of victory were virtually nil. This is a...
Antón. El país ni no se puede hacer. Vamos a simularla. Se pone la vida de... Hostia. Rolich. No, me toca. Uy. Ni vale. Ni vale.
We finish with the yellow jersey. It's wonderful. Congratulations to you all.
No corremos en esta, la para Rubén tampoco la corremos. Bueno, vamos a ir corriendo. Sprint challenge.
Hi, guys. Welcome to the briefing for this first stage.
Venga, tío, hay que hacerlo bien esto. No controlo el reloj.
We have the last rider at the start of this individual time trial. He'll do his utmost to produce the best time. Come on, let's give him a hand.
The prologue is very short. There's nothing to manage. Put your foot down from the start. There'll only be seconds in it.
Segundo, tío, por un puto segundo de mierda.
We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. At least the... Hi, guys. Let's start...
Un puntín. Y la nota payana. Todo el sprint. Todo el sprint. subir con Erza, sí.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. With a flat route that harbours no difficulties, today's stage is destined for the sprinters, and we should see a mass sprint in the streets of Saint-Amand-Montrond. Contrary to habit, this stage is not one, but two intermediate sprints. This should allow the baroudeurs to score plenty of points towards the green jersey.
Watch out! You're not going to be able to attack for much longer. His teammates are accelerating. He's no doubt asked them to reel in the counterattack to avoid too big a breakaway.
The peloton has caught up. There's no more escapees. The breakaway is widening the gap, but there's nobody who's a threat to the overall standings. 1.5 minutes for the breakaway. It might just work. The first climb of the day is classified as 4th category. There will be 1 point that goes towards the mountain standings. A new climb is approaching for the head of the race. Once more, there will be 1 point that goes towards the mountain standings. The breakaway is losing ground. Time difference between the peloton and the breakaway is steady.
Flat stages. Little wonder that they're not shown in their entirety on TV. The breakaway is upping the tempo at the head of the race. It doesn't intend to be caught up that easily. The head of the race is 5 kilometers from the intermediate sprint.
Time difference between the peloton and the breakaway is steady.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be there for the stage win. The head of the race is 5 kilometers from the intermediate sprint. New leader for the green jersey. Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton.
Watch out. You're not going to be able to keep up this pace for very long. You risk a blow-up. Okay, I'll consume a feed. Okay, I'll consume a feed. Ten kilometers from the finish for the leaders. It's going to be complicated. The breakaway is at the red pennant.
No me di cuenta.
We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. The least that can be said is you didn't prove me wrong. It's the final stage, guys. The main thing to grasp today is that the route is flat and it harbors no particular difficulty. A sprint finish